There's the boss. Shut your bitch ass up, pussy. Shut your bitch ass up, my nigga. You's a hoe. Shut your bitch ass up, son. Real talk, man. Nigga, real life. Spit on your bitch ass, dude. You's a hoe. You's a hoe, son. You's a hoe, my nigga. You's a bitch.
The thing that really struck
Man, you's a hoe out here, man. You crying by the game, son. You's a bitch, man. You's a hoe. You's a pure bitch, man. Shut up. Shut your bitch ass up, man. Real talk. You's a bitch, man. Shut up. Shut up, Doug.
and set her up with me in Hollywood, or wherever, but he's not going to be at.
You mad as a bitch. You mad as a bitch.
And answer the question.
You mad as a bitch. You mad as a bitch. 1v1 me. 1v1. 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 1v1, dog. I can't understand what you saying, man. I'm stupid in the head. Shut your Mexican ass up, nigga. He's a hoe. Nigga, come to Mexico and put that bitch on you. Real talk. He's a hoe.
Like, no,
Yo, this nigga funny as a bitch. See, he's trying to slow as a bitch.
Brady watching football tape, except he's getting.
I can't take a nigga that's from Mexico serious. Real talk.
That guy having those types of skills, like the first time.
I can't take you serious, saying. How you on the fast when you still ass and you the hoe?
Is that she wanted to go, all these psychological.
Let me get that account. See, you don't deserve that shit.
He obviously had those skills.
You don't deserve that. You don't deserve that account, dude.
Information for espionage purposes. Is that fair to say? Absolutely.
You hear this nigga? He mad as a bitch. Shut your bitch ass up, boy.
And doing that stuff.
Not trying to hear that shit. Huh? Hey.
Shut the fuck up, you low rider, nasty ass, dirty ass, skunky ass bitch.
Come on. Oh shit.
Anyway, but the fact that there was a shadow commission with a secret membership. 2003.
Tell this nigga shut the fuck
up, bitch. You dirty ass hoe. Just keep fucking talking. Nasty ass bro. Did you brush your teeth in that hoe? Cookie ass bitch. Keep fucking talking. No, it's you, bitch. Watch that funky ass dick hoe. And you need to bleach your booty hole, cause that shit got a ring around it, hoe.
Come on, that son. Use a hoe. Real talk.
This goes back to a compartmentalization thing too, John, because
I ain't even got to get on your ass, son.
It's somewhere, I think it was like July 6th, 2001, maybe like August 11th. The dates might be simply wrong.
Shut your bitch ass up.
At the White House, one of them with Condoleezza Rice.
You crying over a video game. Shut your bitch ass up. Go outside, nigga. Go touch grass, bitch. Go touch grass, you Mexican bitch.
you look at the whole, like, well, CIA definitely did. The CIA had a lot of incompetence.
Come on, son, you way across the border trying to argue with me, son. You's a hoe in this internet shit. Real talk, man. You was way across the border trying to argue with me, son. Can't take you serious, look better.
Warning about it. You know, maybe it's the White House that
I'm not from Africa. Get that dick out your mouth, bitch.
From the Saudis who
You don't even know where I'm from.
know about the 5 bombs in fucking Fort Lee.
You can't come where I'm at, though.
Israel on November 6, 2001. That's exactly right. And I know the guy from the Bible. To this day, he wonders why the
Dude, let me get that fast right off you, son. I ain't with all that talking, man. Let me get that account, man. Real talk. You want to argue and shit, man. You don't deserve that account, man. You's a hoe.
bilateral, just in general. Like, everyone wants to just immediately say, there's a former CIA guy working for.
Bitch ass nigga, man. Puss ass nigga, man. Real talk. See what I do, niggas, man. Come on, now, that nigga know you can't beat me in the one.
You need something, huh? One of your rides? Let me know. I'll get there as soon as I can. What you need, boss? Some wheels? Aight, I'll get back to work.
Who? There's like lots of stuff everywhere. somebody say something? Hope you find whatever it is you're looking for.
That one.
Look at Sarah Ferguson. Now she's in a whole heap of trouble.
That's Prince Andrew's ex-wife. Well, we knew for a long time that Jeffrey was like floating her money because they were in debt up to their eyeballs, right?
I have a good friend who represented her as one of her attorneys, and he said she all the time. Epstein. They had met once or twice. There was nothing to these rumors. And then the emails that released, including the photo of him with this 16-year-old girl standing in his underwear. They're both looking at a laptop, so it's being photographed. And then he had to admit that, okay, all right, you caught me. So he's resigned from the House of Lords. He's been thrown out of the Labour Party. But people aren't just angry at Mandelson. And also he was recalled as the British ambassador to the United States. He's no longer the ambassador. They're not angry just at Mandelson. They're angry at the Prime Minister. Because what kind of judgment do you have when everybody in the country knew this guy was a scumbag, but because he looked you in the eye and he smiled at you and said, oh, no, Prime Minister, it's not true. None of it's true. And then your reaction is, okay, I'm going to make you ambassador to the United States of America. What goes through their minds?
Let the rules do the work. IntelliChief applies your business rules for straight-through processing, hosts to your ERP, and archives for instant audit readiness. Schedule your IntelliChief AP demo.
Underwater excavation has been a specialty of SRS Chrysophylle for over 20 years. Our self-propelled rotomite dredges represent a continuous commitment to value and versatility. The Rotomite 6000 CD is designed for highly abrasive industrial applications. The CD stands for cast pump, diesel-driven. The heart of the dredge is its pump. On the CD, the KSB slurry pump supplies the life force. KSB's GIW Minerals pumps are known around the world for their abrasive handling properties. With speeds up to 1,200 RPM, clear water flow rates are 2,000 GPM at 100 feet or 1,000 GPM at 200 feet of total dynamic head. All internal piping is lined for abrasive duty. Slurry flow exits the dredge through a rear-facing flange pipe, where a floating pipeline will connect and carry it to the shore or disposal site. The pump is set by SRS Chrysophyle's unique articulating cutter head, which is powered through an 80-degree range of motion, 40 degrees up or 40 degrees down. Articulation allows the operator to find and maintain an optimal angle of attack anywhere in its 20-foot dredging depth range. Depth and angle displays in the cab tell the operator what the cutter head is doing down and out of sight. Dual 5-inch ladder cylinders apply an estimated downward force of 8,000 pounds to break up compacted material. The digging auger turns with 11,000 inch-pounds of torque, which equates to 1,800 pounds, nearly 1 ton of force at the cutter teeth. The Rotomite 6000 CD is built standard with two different propulsion systems installed, a 4,000-pound cable traverse winch and a 1,000-pound thruster. Power steering in the cab turns the thruster a full 90 degrees to the left or right. Full hydraulic control means speed and direction is adjusted simply with the push of a lever. Dual counter-rotating propellers produce the same power and responsiveness in forward or reverse. A hydraulic ram raises the thruster for operation in shallow water. To inspect the propellers, move one pin in the mount linkage and the entire assembly is lifted up out of the water. SRS Chrysophylle fully understands the importance of keeping the dredge operation comfortable and informed at all times. Controls and instrumentation are arranged around the adjustable seat to optimize space, access, and visibility. The heated and air-conditioned cab is positioned at the front of the dredge for better visibility during operations and docking. A rear-view monitor displays thruster angle and floating pipe position. Access to the dredge is always safe and easy with an integral 8-foot aluminum ramp. Ramp mounts around the perimeter allow it to hinge up and down, but prevent sliding in any direction. An extra set of mounts at the rear of the dredge turns the ramp into a platform for accessing the thruster or discharge pipe connection. The Rotomite 6000 CD is a good example of SRS Chrysophyle's commitment to build machines that don't just do a job, but do it well. Every feature is specifically chosen for one ultimate purpose: to maximize the removal and transport of abrasive slurries. When your next project requires a Rotomite 6000 CD, visit us on the web at chrysophylllepumps.com or call one of our skilled representatives toll-free at 1-800-442-7867.
So this Pierce Farmer may not last as long as Liz Press's head cabbage. I mean, this is bad.
Can I already see the meme on that one?
Yeah, so you're also tying into directly what Ro Khanna said as well. The one thing I like about Massey and Ro Khanna is their delivery is the same, with the exception of I've never seen Massey get worked up like he did at Van Bondi, and
He rarely gets worked up.
I was happy to
But
see
he
that.
genuinely dislikes me.
Oh yeah, she's a liar, but Ro Khanna will just like these two guys, Massey and Ro Khanna, will just like deliver this line about the Epstein files. It's like, wait, I'm sorry, what the fuck did you just say? And it's like, yeah, so we found this, and they walk out. So Ro Khanna comes out maybe like 2-3 weeks ago.
Yes, literally.
Which, you know, John, obviously we kind of fought a war about that here like 250 years ago. I'm not a huge fan of monarchies, so I wouldn't shed a tear about
I
it.
put a laughing emoji every time the Crown Prince of Greece posts something on Facebook.
I like that. Yeah.
Crown Prince of Greece. You're not even Greek. You're Danish. How dare you?
Yeah, get out of here. I like that. I'll retweet that when you do it. Let me know
Okay.
when you do it. But it's like, the other problem with this, and maybe I'm like overthinking this a little bit, but these systems are so entrenched where from a backdoor economics perspective, whether it be real estate holdings, financial holdings, funnels of money, things like that, if it all came down at once, it could crash the whole system.
Yes.
That's real?
I think it's real. Yeah. I was watching BBC this morning, as a matter of fact, and they said, as recently as 3 years ago, 80% of the British people support the monarchy. Today, 50% of the British people support the monarchy. And they're at a tipping point. And if the Brits go, everybody else is going to go too. Look at Norway. Who ever even heard of the Norwegian royal family? But now you got ties to Epstein, you got the Crown Princess, the Crown Princesses, two women. Now he's got to go on trial. What kind of people are these? Like, is it really worth it to prop up these phonies as your monarchs?
No,
I don't think so.
of course, that's not the question. That's not the question. It's like if I were just responding with my anger, I want the entire system. We're not talking about this to just fucking get a reset button.
That's right.
Right? But I also know how much that would affect all of us if it all happened. And so that's the strange dance in trying to go through this case. How do you find a way to go in with the raid, right? And hit all the cockroaches, but not, accidentally spray it in grandma's mouth at the same time.
And this is where you run into that problem of statutes of limitations. Because it would be far easier if you could just prosecute these people.
Right.
And show the people of every one of these countries that it doesn't matter how famous you are or how important you are, we're all equal under the law.
That's right.
That's just not going to be the case here. All these famous rich people, they're all going to get away with it. It's sick.
You don't think anyone in the U.S. will go to prison for this?
I don't. I was talking to a constitutional attorney about this, and he said the only way that that a prosecution would go forward is if the Justice Department could successfully argue that the cover-up of the original crime continued and constituted a conspiracy. So you couldn't be prosecuted necessarily for the crime itself. You were prosecuted for conspiracy to commit the crime. But he said even that is a stretch.
With statutes of limitations, though, what about all the stuff we're seeing, like in this latest tranche, where these things are occurring, with a lot of it, between 2011 and 2019? I would think there's no... If you were to fret for cannibal acts on kids in 2015, we would be able to prosecute that.
In some cases. On the sex cases, the statute is 5 years. And so we've missed it. Which, may have been a part of the plan. Why didn't Joe fucking Biden release all this information?
Thank you. Every administration, I would argue, since Clinton has covered this up. And that's the thing.
Absolutely, yes.
Right? You have Trump in office right now, and there's a massive cover-up happening, and it should be called out. We will call it out. It is what it is. We'll talk about that more. But every administration, RD, red and blue, has had a chance to put this out. So all these Democrats who are suddenly just jumping on the train here because they can, right? And they can read a question their intern gave them that's an easy slam dunk because they covered this up. It's like I have no energy for those people either. This is a systemic problem that has happened to where you're just at a point now where the Democrats are like, well, the Clintons are so far past time and they're so old.
Yes.
You know, like we can throw them under the bus. They
Yeah,
ain't like
right.
that.
Nobody cares anymore.
Right.
But what about the victims, though?
What?
How does that benefit the victims in any way?
And why you finally get to depose Les Wexner, which, how about the fact he was listed as a co-conspirator in the documents?
See, we never knew that. Never. Like, where was the FBI? And another thing, too, and this goes back to the very basis of this case.
Bro, why is nobody talking about these hoodies, bro? If I took the FDR hoodie, hoping and praying that it wasn't going to be polyester. The outside feels amazing. Take a look at the inside. This feels good, bro. It's good quality, bro. And they even have an embroidery stick up on the front. Not to mention the arm logo on the zipper is fully metal. Pockets are pretty deep. You can put your AMG keys in. You got enough space for your wallet, too. The zipper is buttery smooth, and the hood protects your neck from getting cold, and it looks like a tech hoodie, bro. I'm not gonna lie, I'm falling in love with these hoodies, bro. And they got different colors, too. What color should I get next? Black one or the gray one? I'm 5'9", I got the medium. I would say go true size, not gonna lie.
You okay? You good, babe? You straight?
Yeah.
Over that sleep. You sure you straight? I'm finna go to sleep.
And you'll recognize 80% of them.
Oh, man. Well, I mean, I guess that's hiding in plain sight. But it's something where I guess what I should say is the connotation of it was where the conspiracy theorist would be.
Right?
Very under Rothschild, you know, and yeah, listen, we put Clinton on it. He was bored after he left office, you know, and then you get Epstein in this sit down with Steve Bannon. We will talk about him, but you get Epstein saying, "Yeah, I was on the Trilateral Commission, and here's how I got on," and he makes it sound so simple.
Yeah, right.
I'm like, how do you even get there, buddy? You're a kid from Coney Island.
Somebody taps you on the shoulder. Next thing you know, you're getting an email.
Steve, can you put the camera on John?
Yeah. I see what you mean.
Son of a bitch! Really? I knew it, but really?
Yeah. It was very.
She good in there. God
It was very disappointing to me.
You can't talk about that by court ordered.
No, sir.
Yeah. I already didn't like her. Now I really don't like her. But wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, this is life I've given myself. Okay, so back to the sweetheart deal, because we're talking about where that would come from.
For secondhand clothing, you need to start shopping on Whatnot. I'm telling you guys, it is the cheat code. Most of these cases I got were about $1 to $2. Yes, ma'am. Shut up. I've never been able to find this myself at the thrift store. I love everything about it. Number 2. Hello? Dolce & Gabbana. 3. Las Vegas friends selling little stores. Whoa, it's so whimsical. Vintage pink. Yeah, she's making a comeback. It's so mean. Cutest little bouton dress in a moment. Some of you will get the vision, and some of you won't. Confident I saved the best for last. Hot pink Coach ballet flat. This haul didn't convince you to start using Whatnot, girl. I don't know what will. This is quite literally the best haul of my life. Deals on there are insane. Bye.
No, I'm trying to not let my brain run too wild with now every possible answer is all over here. It's all like absolutely the worst thing ever. But clearly some of the answers are there. So without getting to his origin story yet, because that's, again, but you talk about at the Trilateral Commission, they are going over arms deals and everything. And now this is entering your world of things that you have witnessed around the world and how shit works. What is it about arms deals that would make it the number one priority for the quote-unquote Illuminati of the world?
Of the Pentagon's $1 trillion budget, fully a third goes to weapons and weapons systems, right? That's just for us. So couple that with what we're able to sell to other countries whose leaders are at these conferences. I mean, we're talking about, probably a majority of the American economy. Yeah. That's how we employ Americans. I read something recently, the Washington Post and the New York Times, that the Pentagon has assiduously placed manufacturers, or I shouldn't say placed manufacturers, they have placed orders with manufacturers in literally every one of the 435 congressional districts. So literally every single member of Congress has constituents who are dependent on the defense budget. And so there's no incentive for any member of Congress to vote no on DOD.
And also paid by all those companies.
Yeah. And it costs what? 5, 8, 10, $20 million to run for Congress every 2 years? That money's got to come from somewhere. So it comes from Defense Department PACs.
They buy them off on the micro, and then it wins them the macro when you put the numbers together. Yeah, Dave, would you pull up here? All right, so the Washington Post reports that the Pentagon structurally distributes manufacturing and contracting across almost every congressional district to secure broad local political support, making budget cuts difficult. The strategy embeds defense spending into the local economy, with analysis showing that despite a high concentration of funds among top contractors, the broader supply chain is deeply embedded in domestic districts.
A friend of mine has a little mom and pop manufacturing plant in Beaver County, Pennsylvania.
Airtime International?
No. It's just a little place you've never heard of. And he mentioned something to me one time. Oh, this is probably 5 years ago. He mentioned that he is entirely dependent on the Pentagon. And I was like, the Pentagon? I said, for what? Oh, I can't tell you. He said, it's a classified program. I said, seriously, George? Like, I thought he was making, deals for shoes or something. I didn't know what he was making. And then later on, he told me, like, no, it's this little widget that fits inside, the motor for a, Patriot missile or something. Huh. And he's like, in Beaver County. He's like, yeah. And then when I saw that report in the Washington Post, I was like, oh, of course. It all makes sense.
What percentage of the Trilateral Commission, if you had to broadly guess, do you think is influenced by bankers around the world?
Oh, all of it. Yeah, all of it. Sure.
The reason I ask that is because, again, I love this supra term that Tucker came up with.
I think it's spot on.
Right? So presidents of the power countries around the world, the ones that actually matter at the UN, right? So think like US, China, Russia. And then, the people below them too. But above that, you got, let's say, the fixer class, like the Epsteins of the world, who really hold the power to pull the strings on the Presidente right here, who are the presidents and kings and all that shit. And then above that, you have the people who finance them. And the people who finance them as bankers, if you want to look at this way, and it's fair to do it right now, look at things like financing wars to make money and profit off debt, which also get into the conversation of them trying to manage population control in doing so. Is that a ridiculous statement?
I think that's a conversation that ought to be out there. Yeah.
For what makes you think we should have that conversation? Like what kinds of things that you've heard?
Population control, and even the reverse of that, is something that is now making headlines. I read an article just in the past week or two that China likely does not have 1.1 billion people, that they've consistently lied about their population, and that they probably have something closer to 650 million or 700 million people. But they want the rest of the world to believe that they have all these people because it makes the case for these strong economic numbers that they're always putting out, which also are probably not true. A country like Greece is in trouble because Greece went through this very long-term economic, it was a depression. It wasn't even a recession, it was a depression. And so much of the educated middle class, doctors, lawyers, engineers, businessmen, they just left. They went to the US, the UK, Australia, Canada, Germany. And so there almost is no middle class or no upper middle class in Greece. They just left. Well, the economy then is unsustainable because there's nobody there to create jobs. There was a piece years ago in the Washington Post saying if you look at the shrinkage in Russia's population, if it keeps declining at its current rate, you're going to like this. In 150 years, there won't be any Russians. They just won't exist anymore.
What's the State Department going to do?
I know, right? Then what do you do? Now, of course, immigration changes that calculus, but we're talking about the possible. What's the word? The possibility that countries just can no longer remain viable as countries. without real population changes. I told you about my encounter with David Rockefeller, did I not?
You did not tell me about that.
No. I was working in Bahrain, in the American Embassy. I was the economic officer, and I was a long-time subscriber to this magazine called Art News Magazine. And I read this article about David Rockefeller being given this major, like, art world award for the work that he's done over the course of, 75 years, or whatever it was, for art in New York. And then we get a cable from the State Department saying that David Rockefeller because he's being given an award by the Bahraini American Bankers Association. And the ambassador comes into my office, David Ransom. Wonderful, wonderful ambassador. Lovely human being. One of the best bosses I ever had. And he said, hey, we got a cable from State saying that David Rockefeller's coming out of Bahrain. He's going to collect this award from the Bankers Association. I said, the Bankers Association? And he said, yeah, I want you to be his control officer. I said, I'd love to be his control officer. What that means is you arrange the car, you arrange the hotel, you make sure he gets from point A to point B, and just make sure there are no problems. If he wants to go shopping, you take him shopping, you do anything he wants. I won't. Well, as soon as the Bahrainis heard that David Rockefeller was coming, His Highness the Emir announces, we're going to do a state dinner, right? So the entire cabinet, the entire royal family, the entire diplomatic corps, all the ambassadors, all the credited diplomats. This is a major event, like the biggest social event of the year. It's at his main palace. There are like 500 people there. So I go, and I was